Well, let me say welcome to you, our viewers, and to everybody else who's going to be following us tonight. This is another interesting edition of the program, the Bottom Line Liberia. This program comes your way every Tuesday and Friday, right here on this platform. And we are streaming live on our online radio as well. And we're coming to you by way of Facebook. Also, we're streaming on different platforms, including the YouTube. So you can join us, you can follow us from any direction. Tonight, like I said, it's going to be interesting. We have a guest tonight, and this guest is coming in a few minutes time. Sorry, and together we'll be discussing. But let me say welcome to my colleague, and first, just to let you know that our other colleagues are busy. You know, this is elections time, and so they all doing some things on the ground. Paul Chilople is in Liberia for the past 2 months now. He's going to be there until after elections, perhaps running out to the new year. We don't know yet. And then the rest of the guys are doing some things, you know, around the place. Mark Farr is not here with us tonight. But Jimar Kamara from the UK is here, and so it's a balanced show tonight. We have Studio 1 here in Norway, Studio 2 in the UK, and so we're gonna be discussing when our guest comes. But what we'll do now is we'll welcome Jimar from the comfort home of Manchester. Is that? You're muted, Jimar. You gotta unmute yourself.
Yes. Let's go. Do you hear me loud and clear? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Very cozy place of Manchester, city of football, football where football is religion, and yeah, it's Manchester city of Manchester in UK, northwest of United Kingdom. And greeting to you wherever you are. We say join us again on the Bottom Line Liberia. Like my colleague just said, you can catch us on our streamline radio. At the moment, online radio is live, carrying a live news right now. It will be telling me news for Liberia. That's a live news stream. From there, you can catch us on the online radio as well as on the YouTube and Facebook. We'll also be also on our website if you mind. Every time you can go on the App Store and download our online radio apps. You can follow us anytime. That's it from this end. We have a great time here. Nice weather in Manchester, Linford. I don't know how is your end.
You know, it's been kind of rainy for the past few times, almost 2 weeks now. In succession, it will rain, but yesterday and today is really amazing. I mean, around 9 o'clock this morning, the bluest sky I have seen during this time of the year for many years was today. I mean, the sky was totally blue. Not one drop of what's the name? A cloud, nothing. So it was like, I don't know, like a bright day. The sun was shining, but then in the evening, then it started getting a little bit cloudy at some area, and so but the weather was good, and like I said, we've been having some rain, so the water level is still a bit high. All of the water on the mountain will have to drain down. So, but everything is good. And my favorite time of the year is there are 2 times that I love in the year. You know, when we come from the winter, coming to the winter, I mean, when we come from the summer, going to the winter, this period in between the winter and the summer, this fall, when all the trees are turning yellow, and then the leaves are going to be falling, and then again the sorrow start to set in for those of us in this very harsh winter area. We're going to be in the darkness for the next 4 or 5 months, where we see daylight around 9 o'clock in the morning, and then by 2 o'clock it's dark. So yeah, that feeling is going down, dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. But again, the beauty of the mountainside, where you see yellow, something like red, different kind of pace, So that's one of the favorite time I have. Then the next one I have is around April, when after the harsh snow, when in the morning you hear the little birds. I don't know how they survive in the winter, man, because there's nothing to eat. They hardly see anything. Even the bugs, where they all go. But how those birds survive? But in winter, I mean, around the spring, when you hear them in the morning, chuka, 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 it's like the singing, they're happy, like, so that's one of the best time I have in the year. And then you wake up, then you hear those birds, and then you wishing to see the sunshine, and sometimes you walk along the road and you see those little flowers sprouting. That one particular type of flower that can sprout all the time, very early. When you see that, then life is coming back, and then you're expecting the summer. But all in all, the weather was good today.
Yeah, it just those who may not have these weathers like still seasons, like people in Africa that follow us right now, and it sounds so strange. What is he talking about? But anyway, that's the life of those who live in the West. We got like 4 or 6 up to 6 seasons. Some people have, and we have all those seasons. Not just from a colleague was describing. He has lots of season he liked most. And in Africa, some people have 2 seasons, got wet and dry, and they have a torrential rainfall and a hot sun where they have 40 degrees. So it just sometimes good. They had the opportunity to travel to see these experiences. Weather is really, really nice. Sometimes it's not a nice thing to see, but sometimes it's always good to experience them. And when you come back, when you fly from Africa, first time you land in Europe, you think like, if you wear the light trousers, you think that your whole trousers is wet. You feel that whatever you're feeling. But at some point when you get used to it, you get, it's so nice and you enjoy always having it being cold. Like, and also when it's one thing I don't understand later on when it's really summertime, what happens here most of the time, you see people mostly half naked around here trying to have a sun bath. And it's something like amazing. I mean, the people are always, and that's 3 to 4 months of sunshine in some places. Everybody want to go like half naked on at the time. You will see guys with literally no clothes on, walking in the street, only short pants, and women will be having their tops. Do top that whole up to the top up, and that's it. And we're like,
the reason is, like when I was in the UK, I spent like 4 years in the UK, and my part of the UK down south, Southampton, the weather is not that cool, because we have snow, but I mean, compared to what we call snow in Norway or in Scandinavia, is not what we experience in Southampton though. It was just not even a millimeter of snow. Of course, it's cold. Southampton is cold because it's right on the ocean, so it's windy and cold. But when it gets hot, and so if you come from the winter where your body, the body can adjust, right? So you come from the winter and then your body stay cold, or out of the blood is something. All of a sudden the sun starts to shine. So then the body will have to get adjusted, and then that heat from the sun, it makes you to begin to sweat or pricking. So what people normally do, that's why you see most people go without clothes on them, and for most of those people, like especially in Scandinavia, these people were born here in the cold. So that one thing I see nobody can get used to is the cold. Even the people born here, they don't get used to that thing. You see some of them, even some of us who are stronger than them. You see them dress. You see some people dressed like Pugu men. So now I wear my little sweater that they go in and they ask me, "You don't feel cold? You come from Africa?" I said, "No, I mean I'm all right. Maybe some of my feet, but So it depends on body temperature as well. Like me, the reason why I don't get fat, a lot of people don't know, and people say, "Oh, why, my man, you don't eat?" I eat a lot, but I don't get fat because One time I went to a doctor, to my private doctor, and I said, "Oh, listen, I need some tablet, man. Like, the work we can do in Africa, I said, give me some vitamin tablets." Say, for what? So he said, "Well, nothing. I'm not prescribing anything for you." I said, "No, I just want to take a tablet to see if I can get fat because my friends are getting fat." And at the time, I used to work in a hotel, right? So he asked me, he said, "Work at the hotel?" I said, "Yeah, it's okay." And you got gym there? I said, "Yeah." He said, "The word you use on me, I want you to say." He said, "Get from my office." He stood there. He said, "You don't know." He said, "How many people can go in the gym every day to work out? You see what they look like? The fat, and you want to be fat?" He said, "Get outside. You ain't get anything to tell me." I was like, "Winner." He said, "You don't know, you're lucky." The word you use on me, someone you say. He said, "You are lucky." He said, "You got
Yeah.
Then he said, "You got." He did my blood test. He said, "You got this thing called." I think the English word is high metabolism, that I can burn fast, very fast. See, that's why you sweat a lot, and even when you sleep, you feel warm. See, because you can eat fat food from now until the end of your life. You can't get fat that much. You will not get fat. So that's it. And some people, and I believe it because some people I know they don't eat that much, but they get fat. So he told me, he said, your metabolism is very high, you burn fat very quick. So and he said it's good for you because it protects your heart. It helps you not to be overweight. So and that helps me a lot in the winter as well because I kind of build that resistance to the winter. But we just got a message from our guest. He's coming on. You'll be on, but he was in the traffic trying to beat the traffic and get home. So as soon as he gets home, I'm sure we'll be establishing contact with him, and he will be getting back to us. But like I said, it's going to be interesting tonight. Um, let me see. It's going to be interesting tonight. We're going to be discussing basically the CPP is going out. That's the title. CPP is going out. They say they're coming out on the 1st of October. The program was previously scheduled for the 10th of October, but according to the NEC law, if 2 or 3 political parties are having certain events at the same time, it is not possible. So one of them will have to call off, or if there are 2, one will have to call off. And so the CPP, in obedience of the law, decided, well, we already launched in Kakatamak, we counted a few weeks ago. And so this is our second rally. So we will give chance. So that's how they changed from the date from the 10th of October to the 1st of October, which is next Sunday. And some people taking it out of context that since the 1st of October is George Weah's birthday, so the CPP is going to be celebrating George Weah's birthday. I don't know, people they develop these conspiracy theories and they live on it and they make issues. But I think we got some things from the newspapers around, like in Liberia, issues from Liberia. So I think you can start us. Let's see what are some of those things making headlines in Liberia, and we can be discussing that while we await the arrival of our guests.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like you said, we'll be going through some of the newspaper, the making headlines in Liberia right now. From there, we'll be going wait until we can get our guests on. Tonight, we'll be discussing CPP. Going to be a bigger rally on the 1st of October at ATS. That's Antoinette Todman today in Monrovia. But in any case, let's see what we got for you today from this week papers. Link 4, let me see what we've got from the, let me see what is that. First, we start with the, here. Okay. This is what we got. You see, the ballot papers are here. That the ballot papers are here. So, Linford, tell me about, probably may have the information on this paper. What I want to tell you about, the ballot papers are here. This story was published just last week from the, this one, the, what is it? This is from the one newspaper. That should be coming from the, this is the Front Page Africa newspaper. Credit to the Front Page Africa. If you see on the front page, you see 20 presidential candidates, 20. And they're saying the ballot paper is here. But I'll tell you something, Linford, probably the ballot paper has been here since the 25th of January. It landed in the country. So nearly, how many months now? That's 9 months, yeah? The ballot paper stayed being here. So in the custody of the national security, that the government security has the ballot papers. So that's a very big question mark there. So they are telling us the ballot papers are here. This is why. So the question is, who keeps the ballot papers? So, and that's a very big question, Linford. So we will take it with Linford. What do you think about that?
It pricks my mind. It baffles my mind. It also makes me to wonder how could the ballot papers be here. Emmanuel Faflin, welcome. Please help us to share the show, brother. How could the ballot papers be here since January 25th? Was that?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
2023, and we in October, almost we in September 26 today. So that's February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
9 months.
Yeah. So that's so to speak, a hell of a long time, and we just getting to know. And not only that the ballot papers have been here all those time, and we just getting to know, but they are saying that it's in the hands of the security forces. Which of the security forces? Is it the police, the NSA, is it the military, or who? We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. What you said? Let me read the part. You say the important information from the National Election Commission, the NEC, said. You see, the ballot papers are currently in secure storage under the protection of the state security. The deployment of the ballot papers and other sensitive election materials to the 2080 polling precincts nationwide will commence in the next few days. This is what she told the newspaper. This is what front page reported. So about 2080 precincts they will be distributing these ballot papers, but it has been in the country since the 25th of January. And it's in the hand of the state security. And so he's a referee and playing a game, and they're also keeping it and also keeping the ballot papers. What do you expect, Linford? That's that. Tell me, I don't know. I'm trying to kind of imagine something here. Since January 25th, I'm not saying that someone mentioned. Since January 25th, the ballot paper has been in the country. They brought the ballot papers in the hand of in the storage of state security. They're keeping our ballot papers, guys. You're listening to this story. This is why the National Election Commission is telling us. So they are not keeping it, but they give the security to keep it. They in the way. Secure storage since the 25th of January 2003. So 9 months they're keeping it all. Keeping eyes on it. Somebody watching every day. And who is watching it? The government security is watching the ballot papers. So just that says a lot with regards to what happened in Africa and around, not only Africa, other countries. You see what happened. They bring printed ballot papers a year ago, deliver into the country. We'll bring it back again. You see what we're talking about here. The ballot papers are here. On the front page, this is a front page Africa newspaper. This one, the headline. This story was published on this newspaper. Was news story came in. That was today. Yeah, today. This is today's story. This is a headline of today's story from front page Africa newspaper. And if you see on the front page, you see 2020 presidential candidate. No, if you see, let me just tell you a little bit of the front page, the headlines right now. The names arranged, they are arranged according to I think last name, surname, your last name. So you see
alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order. I think the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So you will see Mr. Kume is on the fourth place, so he need come with C. So you see Mr. JB Vice President Baka is B, comes second. I think to you live for. I'm not seeing the person who is first person clear. That should be. I don't know who is the first person. I'm not getting the picture very clear. But they got A, B, C, D. So names are arranged alphabetically. So you will see from A, B, C, D. It's not being put there because how they want it. So they'll 20 presidential candidates. So Liberia will under 5 million population, about 20 presidential candidates. Then for how many ladies in there I can see?
I see.
I think 2 ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, I see Madame Cyril Beslo Yanti and another lady whose name I can't really see here.
Yeah, but that's all right. The good thing is I think we are it's equally balanced. You've got women representing here also. They also make some political, the part of Liberian political politics. So that's very good here. You can see that 20 presidential candidates from A to Z. So they are arranged alphabetically with their last name. That's what we're saying here. But the concern here we're saying, guys, if you just joined or you follow us, they are saying the ballot papers are here. This story was reported by the Front Page Africa newspaper. It's a local Liberian newspaper. One of the well-credited newspaper saying that the ballot papers. But the question is, who keeps the ballot papers? But they say, according to the story, He said the National Election Commission, that's the NEC, the chairperson reported that about total of 3,400,000, yeah, 3,400,000, 2,122. Lane, are you with me?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the total numbers of ballot papers in the country. That says 3,400,000, yeah, 400, yeah, 3,400,000, 2,100, yeah. What is that?
Well,
3,402,122 ballot papers are in the
okay.
country. That's the people that we expect those photos. So roughly it's under 4 million people are voting. Let's put up 3 million plus Liberians will be voting. If all the papers are counted, they will be having some cancellation of papers, some invalid ballot papers will be there. Let's put up to 3 million and a half Liberians will be voting. But what the question here is, the ballot paper has been in the country since January 25th this year, and in the hand of the Social Security. They're keeping it and they'll be distributing the papers very soon. So just another information. That's the headline from the front page, Africa, on the paper. So the second comes with link for. We will go with the this one come with now. There's another story coming on. Have you followed this link for?
Well, yeah, the scheduling of the presidential debate, which will be on the 3rd and the 6th, and of course there are a lot of conspiracy theories. So people are saying that some people will not attend, some people do want to attend, and because if the other person does not attend, they will not attend, and it's like. But we hope to we hope to see them turn out, because the voters, I think they are getting conscientized enough. They're getting to know some of their rights, and one of the rights of the voters is that they have to hear from the candidates. No, listen, these people you see on the screen, they are job seekers. It's like you got a restaurant, okay, and you put out your announcement for the best cooks to come forward. So when they come, it is your right to ask them, what can you do for us? How are you going to improve? Right now, we're cooking jollof rice, we're cooking kettle, chapati, and all these things. What different are you going to make? How are you going to add some flavor to the taste that we already got? So these people need to tell us, as people who are seeking job from us, because they are going to be working for us. So they need to tell us what they can do. So the candidates themselves should know that it is incumbent upon them to come forth to defend the job they're looking for, because you can't come look for a job and then you don't tell the people what you can do. So they need to come forward to put their debates and say, no, I can do this better than John Brown, or John Brown can do this better than me, because we deserve to know, we the voters.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did show what my colleagues Linfa is saying right here. This story is from the Daily Observer newspaper, a Liberian newspaper. It was published on the 21st of September. It's a little bit of old story, but it's quite important to bring it to your attention. Linfa, I'll ask you later, tell me if you're aware of any presidential debate that's been happening in Liberia. It's not something of a norm or a culture in Liberia. But anyway, you talked about that, Linfa. Just quick little information on this debate. It's been organized and funded by the because according from the it's from the group called the USAID Media Activity. They're funding this program. If it's going to take place, USAID Media will be doing that. They try to seek kind of get the Liberian people to questions the various candidates that are coming on. I don't know if all the 20 presidential candidates will be able to come on and feed for the and show up for the debate. But what we are showing on this picture right now from Daily Observer newspaper is we got 3 presidential candidates. I think 3 main runners. They got the incoming President George Weah is on the left. If from my left, it could be from your right. Then you have Mr. Alexander Bentley Cummings on the middle, and they got Honorable VP Mulbah K on the last right. So those are the 3 main forerunners right now for the ticket. So if you look at what is going on in the politics in Liberia at the moment, there are 3 people who are really making a noise, and they seem to be pulling more crowd. So this is why they put out the front page. And before then, we show you 20 presidential candidates running. I'm not sure if all will show, but while we also understand, like Blanford, you were talking about 2 debates will be held if it has to take place. Where would they be if you know any information?
Well, I do not have any information as to where the debates, if there will be any, should take place. Um,
Okay, but I think I got some information. Let me let you know. On the 3rd of October, if the debate will be held, it will be at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Monrovia. That will be on the 3rd of October. And while the other one, the 6th of October, will be held in the Banga Administration Building in Banga. That will be on the 6th of October. So three
okay.
will be 3 days later. One will be held at the Ministerial Complex, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex in Monrovia. Another one will be held in Banga 3 days later. That'll be on the 6th of October in Banga, Bon County. So, and this to just another information. This has been engineered funded by the USAID media activities in Liberia. This is part of that democratic process they do. They support these campaigns and make sure that they want to see what the various presidential candidate or aspirants can want to offer to Liberia, so we can listen to them. You can hold them accountable in case one of them get into power and they fail to deliver. That's it for now. And there's another story that came out, Linford. I saw this. It said VP may be running away from the presidential debate. Do you have any information to this story, sir?
Well, I do not have any official information on that because nobody from the UP camp has confirmed that or
Hmm.
denied it. But
Mhm.
like I said, in these elections or during these elections time, there will be conspiracy theories. People will come out with their own creations, and then they will make stories out of it,
Hmm.
and people will tend to believe some of what people will say. But
Yeah.
frankly speaking, I have not heard anything that Bwaka said he will run away. In fact, even if he will run away, how do
Hmm.
people know? Because I'm not sure if he's going to call people and say, "Well, I'm running away from the debate."
All right.
So you'll go publish it. No. So it's, for me, I would think that, and that's why the hairline made it a question mark. Is he running away?
Yeah.
It's just a conspiracy.
Yeah. What I did. This is another story from the Zero News, but this was published on. I think that was August. It's an old story. Just bring it back to you. I think this August 22nd. And he said, because when he talked of President Jibe, he did not say anything. And the people just took it as a story that why is he saying he's not commenting about the presidential debate. So they came up with a story. This is an old story from the Dilo Zero newspaper. It was published in the Dilo Library newspaper, Dilo Zero newspaper on the I think it was on the 22nd of August, roughly a month ago. So is he running from he did not say anything. I think, like you said, it's up to the VP camp to clarify this. But while we know the newspaper is speaking a story that he's not commenting about the presidential debate, so they come up with a story, and like that's why he has a question mark on it. Bouacar running away from presidential debate, but I think he's willing to deal with this. So, in any case, Linford, that's another thing we have here for you to not again making headlines in Liberia is this one. Just tell me something. Probably you have visited the southeast of Liberia. That's around Maryland, Sano, and Grand Jida. What do you think about this story? That came from the I think from the dealers as well.
Well, this is not a strange phenomenon. Uh, year in, year out,
Hmm.
almost during every season,
Hmm.
both dry and the wet season. As you know, we
Hmm.
have only 2 seasons in Liberia. The road to the southeast is always in bad condition, and even with that of Lofa County, leading to the northwest of Liberia. So this very scene that you see is not
Hmm.
strange. It's something that, like we always say, Liberian people have gotten used to. They know that every year it will be like this, especially people living in that area. And
Hmm.
so they are prepared for this kind of tough terrain. I will tell you, when I was in Liberia in 2016, I was at the
Hmm.
garage. I have just carried my car to build up the spring and whatever they do there. And so I met this guy who had this old type of Nissan patrol car, and he was fixing it. And he said, "I'm preparing." That was in April 2006, and he said, I'm preparing for the rainy season because I normally travel to the southeast. So the scene that you see is not anything strange to Liberians, especially people who live around that area. They know that during the rainy season it's going to be like this, and so people get prepared for that. But the question
Yeah.
is,
Before I let I think one quickly question. I think this is about the they call the incumbent president Mr. We as a bad room medicine, and this leads to his country of origin, and he's saying they're going to be cut off up to the October 9. And his bathroom medicine, it's his own country. I mean, it's his own city, his own town, his own county. Nothing has been done so for 6 years. And it's not going to happen until the eve of the election. So this is a concern I'm raising here. What do you think? I mean, it's thing is that it's something he told us he's going to mix the rule, leading Liberia everywhere. And this, look at what's happening up to 9th of October. And he said bathroom medicine. Is that that's a contradiction, is it?
oh no, but this is a confirmation of what people have been alleging or saying, that this government has failed. This government promised almost over 200, made over 200 promises, and they've not delivered on even 1/4 of it. And this is an example. One of the major roads we heard about the much heralded Southeast Highway, I call it Coastal Highway, which could have, to some extent, alleviated what we're seeing here, the condition here, but it didn't happen. And at least this is an existing road that only needed to be refurbished or paved. And they left it and they put in a PATP or PDAP or something, that they're going to build Southeastern Coastal Highway, when you could easily recondition this road and it becomes pliable, that even if you were to build a coastal highway, you can use this particular road to transport most of the materials that will be used to build a road. But again, this is a failure that demonstrates that this government is incompetent.
I need to pee the toilet. I want to pee the toilet.
So we'll be welcoming our guests pretty soon, but you might have anything to say.
No, thank you very much. That's it. I think we'll put the other clips later on, and we'll be bringing, because the guests are a few minutes with us. So let's welcome our guest and take him through with the special issue we have tonight with the CPP. Is it out tomorrow on the 1st of October? You said, Linford.
Huh?
You said we have a guest. Is he in studio already?
Yeah, the guest is in studio already.
Welcome our guest, Linford, and let's let the ball roll.
Okay. I guess he's hearing us. So man, but it's like you asked for it. Ladies and gentlemen, let us say our guest is here. Announce the arrival of our guest, Mr. Mulbah Yorgbor Jr. He's the Deputy Campaign Spokesman. In that moment, you'll see that when it comes to the CPP, speaking business, talking business, that big man, you'll see that. So welcome, Mr. Deputy Spokesman for the campaign. And my name is Linford Goa, and this is Ichima Kamara, and we both produce this show. We have Paul Cholople, who is in Liberia already on the ground, so he cannot be with us today. And we have Mark Farr, who is now also with us today. But the two of us will be here along with you, so we're going to be three, and this is going to be interactive. We're going to be asking you questions, you answer, and then we can discuss the issues. So let me just say welcome to you.
Thank you, Linford. Thank you, Jamar. By the way, I was with Paul Trippy yesterday. We are CPP HQ. So he's a hard worker. I can do everything you want him to do. So it's not the first time I met Paul. I met him the first time. My first time meeting him when he came from the UK. I run a business here, so he came. He said, "Mulbah, I came to see what you're doing." He saw it, was wow, Mulbah, you're doing something really big here, But yeah, that's how much I know Paul. So I was with him yesterday. But I'll be here for the next, say, 20 minutes, 25 minutes because I have to hang on another Zoom meeting. We're at the last minute now, so a lot of things are happening. Like yesterday, I have several appearances. Today, I was in the field. So a lot of things are happening. So, but it's always a pleasure to be here. I'm sure this is not my debut on the Bottom Line. I've been here before with before. And it's always interesting to interact with like-minded individuals here on the Bottom Line. So let's keep the ball rolling. October 1st.
Quickly. How is the campaign as deputy spokesman? Because everything you tell us here today will believe you.
Absolutely. The campaign is getting steam every minute. Every minute. Look, looking for 2017, people said nobody will come in. 2023, nobody's saying that anymore. So the narrative has changed for the last 5.5, 6 years. It has changed. And it keeps changing with each passing minute. So whoever gives you the impression that we're now winning, they probably are saying or doing so out of fear that we are actually gaining traction with each passing minute. Now, when you enter, like today, I tour around 5 districts. I tour districts 4, 5, 6. And then I have another project I'm doing in district, that's 11. Bannersville is 11, right? Yeah, that's 11. Mm-hmm. Yes, I was in Bannersville today for about 3 hours. And while I sat on Akiba Road today after being stopped, I saw more than 5 vehicles mounted with PA system and carry out community awareness, distributing flyers. I can promise you October 1st is going to be a massive show of strength on the Liberian people that look. We also want a different country for our children. They're going to come out. So October 1st is going to be a massive event for the CPP and for the people.
Okay, Jima will come in quickly, but we got to make maximum use of your 20 minutes. Let me ask you, Montserrado County has become the melting pot for political activities, and everybody wants to show strength in Montserrado County. The CPP, you were in Mulbah County, you did something extraordinarily different from what has been happening traditionally by pulling crowd in Montserrado County or Monrovia, and then you are coming back to Monrovia. A few weeks ago, the CDC was there. They pulled a huge crowd. They said, "Oh, all the people in Monrovia for CDC." Then the Unity Party came. They pulled a crowd. And then you are coming. How much crowd do you think you're going to pull? Because my question stems from the background that this is just one enclave of Liberia, one little county, and everybody's going there to pull crowd. How many people you think you're going to pull? We're looking at what happened already.
I think the issue of crowd politics in Liberia got introduced when Mr. Weah entered politics. When he entered politics with his already established popularity in sportsmanship, there was a natural tendency for people to follow him wherever he went. Mr. Weah went to marketplaces and people swarmed around him. So was just a natural phenomenon for him. So when he got into politics, you notice that he brought us in flair with him to national politics. So he sort of transformed our political discourse or narrative from discussing fact-based issues that will transform the life of the people in the country to who will pull the most crowd. So as a result, all of us are now subconsciously buying into his strategy that, look, the more people that follow you, the likely who that you'll win an election. So that's I think it's mental, right? It's mental. It's not scientific, but it's mental. Because I'm in Montserrado here. I know people who have gone to CDC rally. The same people have gone to the Unity Party rally, and I guarantee you they will be at CPP rally. So going by the crowd argument, it doesn't suffice it to say that whoever pulls the most crowd is likely to win. The ground game is going to be the game changer. What do you do on the ground to tell the people that, look, all the noise you're hearing, they are just fleeting. They are going to pass away. They are momentary. But the real issues will persist. Schools will be without laboratories. Hospitals will remain without drugs. Roads will not be paved. The economy will be stagnated. Foreign direct investment will not come. Costs will remain corrupt. Corruption in public office will remain rampant. Goods and services will not be ready to deliver. Public utilities will not be at the standard that we all expect them to be to serve the generality of the Liberian people. So these messages are what will capture the people. And thankfully, the silent voters who don't wear party paraphernalia, who don't post on Facebook, who don't call on radio, make up the majority of voters. Thankfully. And I keep telling people, there are more voters than there are partisans. No matter how many people you put in the street, Linford, Jamar, you're not going to put 300,000 people in the street at any given point. You will try. You'll put probably 10, 50, 20, 25, 30, which is not even up to a district population in the entire country. Yeah. So the idea that when you put 20, 25, 30,000 persons in the street, then you won an election, I think it's a fallacy grounded in pure miscalculation of electoral politics, right? But what I think CPP hopes to achieve by this feat on Saturday is that we want to put the crowd politics to rest, right? We want to tell everyone along, we all can put the people outside, but the ground game would be the game changer. What you do in the communities, the door-to-door, and in this race, no one has done more door-to-door than Mr. Cummings. That is a fact. Mr. Cummings has been more engaged with the communities. While people are having pageants around here, having musical festivities, Mr. Cummings was going in communities, in districts, in markets, and talking to the people, telling them how a change of what's happening in our country is better for every one of us. So Sunday event, October 1 event on Sunday, it is meant to put the whole crowd argument to rest. And then the remaining 9 days or 8 days, because the campaign closes on the 8th of October, the remaining 8 days, we all will go by and say, okay, we'll all put the crowd out. So, but what would bring the result? Because at this point, it's not like a crowd. It's how you engage people. And it would interest you. I want to visit my son's school yesterday, and I met some staffers in the school, some instructors, support staff. And then I came from Truth FM on the True Breakfast Show. So I have my CPP shirt on me. So when I enter, and then the staff there said, when our t-shirt come in, we'll come in as on Sunday. I want to guarantee you 100%, Linford and Jamar, that staffer may not even be posted on Facebook, may not be calling on radio shows. No, we're not wearing t-shirt, but they're quietly sitting and monitoring everything that's happening. And yesterday I said on the radio, the civil servants, they are going to this election with a clear mind. Our livelihood has been destroyed by this CDC government. We are going to replace this government with someone who has given us a clear articulation, a clear path to retaining our dignity. I think people have lost their dignity. Most Liberians live off the pockets of politicians. No one should have to live in the pocket of another person. No one should have to do that. People should have access to good and decent labor with good and decent wages so that they can send their children to their preferred school, have access to proper medication, have access to private vacations. People should have vacations. How many Liberians see living in Liberia who say they won't have vacation easily? How many? Maybe the top 0.1%. That is something like, look, in America, for example, anybody can have a vacation in America. You know, because the system is such that it responds to the needs of the people. There are public utilities that are readily available, and it can happen here. And I said it yesterday also. There is no justification for why the entire country is not electrified. No justification after 176 years. There is no logical explanation. Similarly, there is no logical explanation as to why this entire country is now connected by paved roads. No justification after 176 years. There is no explanation as to why referral hospitals, major hospitals, will go without medication and proper laboratories. There is no excuse. No excuse for why schools are not properly equipped. The high school students can only compete against the compatriots in the sub-region. There's no excuse. The curriculum are almost the same across the world. Why can't our students perform as their compatriots across the sub-region, at the very least? All right? Because our schools are empty. They are bereft of education, of knowledge, just as they are bereft of infrastructure to learn, to compete with their counterparts. So all of this, we have to change. But to change, you need someone who has a clear plan to change it. Someone who knows what to do from day one. Someone who has been tested, who has been proven, and knows how to effect change from top to bottom, from bottom to top. Someone who knows how to use human resources, deploy human capital in the right areas to achieve change. And that's what's wrong with this government. They don't know who to put where. As a result, you have people misplaced in very key positions. For example, the Minister of Agriculture, they have one young assistant minister who should be leading scientific research, right? Avi Wise, that's his name. That young man was expelled from the University of Liberia undergraduate program. He was expelled. Mr. Weir appointed him as Assistant Minister for Technical Affairs. The Central Agricultural Research Institute in Kari, is under his division, but this man was expelled in his undergraduate program from the Agricultural College. Yes.
Right.
That's the kind of person Mr. Weir put in charge. By the way, he is supervising PhD holders. He's supervising scientists. He barely has a degree. Yes.
Right.
So
Mr. Yorgbor,
that is how sad. Yeah, Gerard, that is how sad our country is. So to change everything that's happening around here, you need somebody who knows how to properly deploy human resources. Firstly, how to scout and identify human resources. That's one. When you identify them, how to properly deploy them, and how to manage human resources generally. It needs to be personnel management, but it's beyond that. And we see human capital as an integral component of organizational development. So it has not transitioned. And Lefort here will know that better because he got credential in maritime affairs. He knows what is human element in shipping. So he knows that people don't get put nobody on ship.
Oh, no.
But they know that the human element in shipping is a critical component of seaborne trade. So October 1st, we are coming outside, and the commitment that Liberian people have to show to Mr. Cummings that look, the fight you're fighting is not for yourself. And I think by now, everybody knows that Mr. Cummings is not fighting for himself. Here's a man, by the grace of God, and he keeps saying it, that he has been blessed. He is in this to ensure that a foundation, a new course is charted so that successive leaders can build upon that, and then Liberia can see prosperous future, prosperity. But with the current arrangement, we cannot go any further. With the past arrangement, we are going nowhere. But the venom is too much in the room. And we cannot develop our country with so much venom in the mouth of people who are supposed to be our leaders, who already have had a taste of that before. So this election is about three choices: the past, the present, and the future. The past represents the United Party. We've seen it. We know what they can do. We know what they're capable of doing. So they ain't coming with anything new. As a matter of fact, the United Party that's been discussed is a UP Honor Ellen, which is a different UP, by the way. So it is just foolhardy to even want to compare the UP Honor Ellen with the current UP headed by Mr. Mulbah K and Prince Johnson. I'm sorry, but I have to say Prince Johnson at this point, right? And then the next choice, clearly, is the present. We know how Mr. Weir is mismanaging this country. It's no secret. Auditors are being killed. Monies have been made apart. 25 million mobile exercise, we don't see it. COVID relief package, Bushing Tape can't account for it. A lot of monies have been missing and stolen and misappropriated. Mr. Weir in 6 months was able to build 40 condominiums. There's a man who was going to have $85 million. But the first 6 months of his administration, the best he could do was to start to develop himself. Instead of developing the people, but he started to fix himself first. So there's a level of experience. So do we want to get stuck with him? So I keep telling people, if your life is better than it was 6 years ago, there's no reason to change Mr. Weir. Stay with Mr. Weir. And that's the message we keep hearing to the people in the streets. Motorcyclists, disadvantaged young people, women, market women who, when I'm living for Jamel, in the market, there are more sellers than there are buyers. Sellers, more people selling, fewer people buying. Until the extent that even the sellers now are buying from each other in the market. And it's funny, but it is serious, you know. So that's one option in this election. The next and third final option, which is the best option, is the one that aspires for a better future, a better Liberia, under a Cummings Bronskin leadership. The CPP presents the clearest path to a renewed Liberia. And Liberian people have to believe this. This is a factual statement. The two people on this ticket have been tested. Councillor Bronsky is an accomplished lawyer, a professor of law. She knows exactly what she brings to the table. She brings the general flair to the table. That's a proper representation of women in leadership. She brings that to the table. Mr. Cummings brings his international experience, his expertise. He has so much connections. We tell people, but they don't believe it. The Southern president is a person from Mr. Cummins, a millionaire, Cyril Ramaphosa, Mr. Cummins' friend when he was at Coca-Cola Africa. Those were his colleagues. I can name several other people who, once they hear Mr. Cummins is president, they'll begin to line up investments to come to this country because they know that their investments are safe with Mr. Cummins. But they've worked with him before. All right? But if you check the other people, for the CDC, we know that they can't do anything. They try to bring Arab people here, it ain't work. They try to bring Igbo mouth, it ain't work. Ito, it ain't work. So we know that they can't do it. So we're not wasting our time with these people. But go to our other opponent, the Unity Party. Mr. Walker has been here for 6 years straight. Name me one international mission that he has been on from either AU or ECOWAS or any international body to say, Mr. Walker, you, because of your service, go and represent this international body here. I will give you an example. Kulak Generator has been on several ECOWAS and AU election observatory missions. That is a fact. Former presidents across the sub-region have been seconded on missions to represent ECOWAS and AU interests.
In fact, Walker has been visiting the United States at least 3-4 times since he retired from first presidency. Can he name one lawmaker in America or any other government official that he met?
Yeah, who has invited him? Former to come here.
Mr. Yorgbor, look, I know you're loaded. I know we give you time. You just keep giving us this information. Quite good to have you, boss. My question goes to, if you might, I know you got 20 minutes, so I want to make good use of your 20 minutes. My question has to do when you're putting people together, like more than 500, it has to do with crowd control and security measures. Can you tell us what is it like on the 1st of October in terms of security measures in place? People are worried. These things happen. It could be infiltrated. It causes more trouble, and also with crowd control. What is your plan? What you guys are doing about this?
Okay, so at the CPP level, we have a structure where we have setting folks. We're going to CCU, right? Crowd control unit.
Yeah.
And they are.
Oh. What do you do, Lane for?
Oh, he's coming back. I think LEC.
Oh, they want you to talk.
Yeah. So I think that was
I think they are stopping you. They don't want you to talk anymore. They want you.
we're not getting your sound.
Come back in. Somebody's hacking him, compromising your system. Right.
Okay. We see you clearly in the meeting. We're not getting any sound.
I think you have to log out and come back
I think
in.
maybe you log out and come back in again. But
you hear us, yeah, go on.
Yeah,
you see, why he's trying to log in, Linfo? I think the things he just outlined, he highlighted. He's highlighted, and not yet. We're not hearing you, Mr. Yorgbor, not yet. He has highlighted and makes sure very, very clear. I mean, this is a fact. These are not fictions; they are fact. Yeah, Linfo.
Let me see. Okay, he'll come back. Yeah. So, I mean,
we're talking about the thing Mulbah was talking about. Those are situations. I mean, people begin to turn it back to. But I think the funny thing about Liberia is like people are going around rallying and saying, even if you're in a wheelchair, we'll vote for you. All this information, who listen to these stories? This is the sad story. This is the saddest part of it, Linfo.
Yep. This is a society. You see, this is where the gullibility of the society.
We've got to bring him. They forgot to invite him back in. He's in the back.
Okay, let me add him.
Oh, he's gone back.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I lost you guys for a minute.
It's all right. We talked somebody trying to compromise you. Your line.
All right, so let me get your question about the crowd control measure that we have in place. Let me get to that.
And the security crowd control and security measure, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Security, yeah, absolutely. So what we did is we're going to have a lot of our partisans, unspecified number of them, which I can say here for the purpose of, because if I did that, I'd be compromising the integrity of that process. So we're going to have them mixed up in the crowd, especially what we see that is inclined to be tension prone. We're going to have them all blended into the crowd, now with party paraphernalia. They're going to have regular sheriffs, but they are trained to detect crisis points. They are trained to detect where there may be, like friction. They have that training. Once they see it, they're going to eject that person and take it over to the nearest police personnel available. That's what we're going to do. So we are rating the police, and they are aware of it. They will give us our route shortly before Wednesday, I believe tomorrow, which routes we're taking. We'll identify these routes. They will be approved. They will do some traffic diversions. So we believe that there will be no incidents to disrupt the event on Sunday. It will go very well. It will be well attended, and Liberians will come out and show that they trust Mr. Cummings can lead this country to prosperity.
But in addition, has the police or the authorities providing security?
Yeah, they always do. Just formality. The routes will be determined by both the police and the organizers of the rally. So once the routes are determined, then other motorists and pedestrians will be informed which ways will be closed, which ways will be accessible. So usually that's just it's procedural. So before Friday, that's going to be finalized, and the police will issue an official advisory on which routes motorists and pedestrians can use to access key areas of the city.
Okay. I think Jimmy can come in, but I just want to ask you one quickly. Not to compromise the highlight of the program, but we saw the Unity Party gathering. There was no special message given to the people who went there. Yeah. We didn't hear anything. So how are you going to do it? Is there going to be a speech, formal speech, given by the Senate bearer or whatever?
Absolutely, and it's not strange that the Unity Party Senate bearer did not give a speech. 2017, the same thing happened. By the time he got to the stadium, he turned right around and he left, and then he repeated again 2 Sundays ago. So it's not a strange thing. Mr. Cummings in 2017 gave a speech, and in 2023 he will give a speech, no matter how late it is. Once people are on our stadium, we will ensure that Mr. Cummings is very keen on delivering a message of change to Liberian people who will gather in their droves to be there on Sunday. So yeah, please expect a speech from Mr. Cummings.
Right. My question will be with regard to, I know we got Unity Party together, Liberty Party together with ANC as a CPP. There's any other solidarity with other political party that will be joining the rally on the 1st of October?
Absolutely. We've built several relationships with smaller institutions, grassroots movements. Today, I'm informed that the youth wing of the Council of Patriots endorsed the CPP candidate. So more of these will happen. And one of the things that we've done, which I believe will strengthen our ticket and our chances of winning, is that we have not centralized this campaign. We've decentralized it such that everybody feels a part of the campaign. So you will see that the women see their representation in the campaign. So the campaign is so structured that from the county level to the district level to the community level, the zone level, the block level. So we have this kind of several tiers, right? Tiers of the campaign. So a lot of more people are involved with the campaign. So you will see that certain community will give you responsibility to talk to 2 blocks. So you'll see that the message. Yesterday, someone asked me, "Do you think the city message is resonating?" I'm like, because everybody, I'm calling you on the radio to say we hear the message, it may not resonating, and that is not a possibility anyway. All right, but we are in a community. We go out and tell people, "Look, are you okay with this government?" They will tell you absolutely no. They will not waste time with you. You ask them, "What about the Unity Party government?" They say, indefinite. We say, "What about Mr. Cummings?" Okay, then they say, "Tell about Mr. Cummings." By the time you speak to them, they say, "Oh, but we didn't know this. We didn't know that. We didn't know this." At that point now, they be like undecided. And for me, that is a better chance that I will get that vote over once you're undecided. But when you're decided already at a Unity Party or CDC there, my chances are 0 at that level. But when you say, okay, we still take it, then I think at that point it's 50-50. I think that's a better chance to take, right? So we will keep engaging. And the message will keep resonating. And as we head to the polls, I promise you, with absolute certainty, Liberians will vote, everybody will be shocked. Everybody will be shocked. Okay. Something strange.
Yeah. Mr. Yorgbor, I know you're lying. I know you don't have much time with her. Are you getting me clear?
Yeah, very clear.
Right. Okay, quickly. I think you said something which I want you to talk about. It was security. The government is cooperating in terms of giving you maximum security support. Is that correct?
Yeah, more than just the government's. And I think at this point, it's the government's responsibility to provide security. Right? We shouldn't have to
No, but it's not common. My point, it's not very common where you are an opposition to the government and you are not giving you that security. You know, like the state radio station, other government facility we should be using as a citizen, as a taxpayer. Now, if you should be getting the security as political party because you're a taxpayer, also got right to that. I'm just questioning is, are these just a matter of show voting, or are they giving you maximum security as need be? That's my question.
Jamel, so at this point, we can't take that word for it, right? And we'll take it with a grain of salt. It is their responsibility, the fiduciary responsibility to provide security for the Liberian citizens, whether they are on the political function or not, right? It is their responsibility. But one of the things that we have told ourselves is that we will also be responsible for our own security. Because Mr. President has told us that we should buy CCTV for ourselves. There's a man on record for saying buy your own camera. That is him reneging on his constitutional responsibility to protect the citizens. He took an oath to protect the citizens of this country. But he tell you now, I cannot. So you have to buy cameras to monitor your own security. So in addition to what they are supposed to do, and I hope they do it, we ourselves are going to be very vigilant and look out for each other as we gather on the ATS and the corridors leading to the ATS on Sunday.
Okay. Let me line it so you can close this for me. I think Mulbah has to go. Mulbah, we've been seeing familiar faces on CPP rallies. Do we expect any new faces, a guest, like, wow, we pulled out on the first that will be on that platform that will be speaking, like we won't be surprised that, wow, we got a support from this. Is it something new that we expect to see, apart from the old familiar faces we've been seeing at the CPP rallies?
At this point, if I told you, I'll ruin a surprise. So let's keep it a surprise.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I think I'll quick follow up on that question. But you've been going around Monrovia and its environs and few other counties. This rally that will be, or this coming out, as we call it, on Sunday, is it going to be simultaneous in all counties?
Good question. I'll tell you when they ask that question. Yes.
I will.
I'll tell you when they ask that question. Yes, it's going to happen. So I was at a party headquarters on Saturday, I believe. Some folks came from Grand Cape Mount and they came to see if the campaign would transport people from Grand Cape Mount. And Louis Brown said, no, that's not going to happen. We'll ensure that you have simultaneous events in the counties. So the Cape Mountainers are going to have their event. Something is going to happen in Bon County, in my GB, in Buchanan. Actually, in Buchanan, there's going to be really a massive show in Buchanan. Similarly, in Kanta and Sanicule in Lima County. So there's going to be simultaneous closings of our campaign in select areas, not the entire country, but select counties that we've identified. So yes, people from Bapulu close to Bomi County, we're converging in Tannenberg, and there will be simultaneous programs across the country. So yes, thanks for asking that.
Well, I'm sure we've run into your time, but is there anything that we have not? Chima, if you have a question, you can go. But for me,
the good thing that we always have a mobile around, so I can always keep my question for a later date. It's fine.
Absolutely. We should do this often.
Let's do it fast forward to elections. We're coming on Friday. In fact, we're thinking about not keeping to our Tuesday and Friday schedule. We want to do some midweek sessions as well.
Let's increase the frequency because new things will come up every other day. Yeah. And I think even if I should have the time of election day, we should have some run-ups on election.
We will do.
Oh yeah, surely we will do. And we've been carrying some live events like Mr. Cummings goes somewhere or some rally somewhere. Once we are home, we carry it live on this platform. But is there anything that we forgot that you want to tell us?
No, you didn't forget anything. You just have so much, but you don't have so much time to act. So please, you didn't forget nothing. It's time that you don't have. But
I'm wearing my red t-shirt already, and I see you.
So we hope to see you soon. Yeah. Good luck with what you're going through.
This coming song, I'm sure you heard it coming song by Friday the Settlement.
Yeah.
Happy people, we are one.
I got it ready. I got to keep ready.
We'll play it for you before you leave.
Okay, beautiful. That song, it has this vibe to it, right? When you hear that song, you know that look, it is a really beautiful song, and we're going to be vibing to that song. We're going to be dancing to that song on Sunday. That's it. CPP Bati. Bati. Elisana come Bati. Bati. Sekwe. CPP Sekwe. Charlie Broski Sekwe. I want, Sa.
Right.
Hey, we want. Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go.
Okay, that was just a good bar for
thank
you.
Yeah, thank you, Linford. Thank you, Jamal. I will tell Paul that we had this conversation, and I will try to get him on our next edition. Very knowledgeable guy, very passionate. I have so much admiration for what he does for the CPP, ANC first, and then before CPP. Very dutiful guy, and you guys so exceptional. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep doing it, and history will be kind to us. I promise you so much. We are on the right side. We are doing exactly what we ought to do, and let's not falter. Let's put our all into this. For me, I've let go a lot of things for this. I let go law school to do this for Mr. Cummings and for actually I didn't do it for Mr. Cummings. I did it for my country, for myself, my children's future. You know, so a lot of things we sacrifice. Let's keep doing it because we're doing the right thing. And right thing, the good things don't come so easily. They come so difficult. So let's keep working on it. So thank you. Have a very good evening wherever you are, and enjoy the rest of the show. I'll see you around when I see you.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, that was it, Mr. Mulbah Yorgbor, a young, brilliant man. He is a deputy spokesman for the campaign. This is the CPP 2023 campaign, and they are just about to wrap up. So they are saying that all Liberians are going to be turning out.
Linford, let me put out the something. Is this what you're talking about? Is this the what's it again? Oh no, sorry. This is going to be the day. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So yes, I think I know exactly what you're looking for.
This is what I was trying to look for.
Yeah.
So
the CPP is going to show political muscles. They're going to flex their political muscles in Montserrado County. You see, and this is where my concern is. I grew up in Monrovia. I know the city limit of Monrovia, and then I know the geographical location or demarcations of all of Montserrado County. Okay, I know Montserrado County had not increased in size. The city might have increased, or people might have extended buildings and other places, but the demarcation still remains the same. Okay, and another thing that I know, because of the war and everything got damaged in the interior side, hardship, no work, nothing, people will always converge on Monrovia in search of jobs and school and other things. So yes, the number in the city will swell. But my question here is, every time when the CPP comes out, the pool crowd. When United Party come out, the pool crowd. The very CPP, when they pass, when Mr. Cummings go West Point, the whole crowd. So where are these people coming from? And it has become a norm that everybody wants to pull their crowd. So I'm asking where this crowd comes from. But I'm going to wait. I don't know, Jima, if you see it that way, but I'm going to wait to see. And for sure, there is no doubt Mr. Cummings will pull the crowd on Sunday. Because Sunday, two things happen. Sunday, people are not going to work. All the civil servants, they will stay home. Not most of them will stay home. Market people will not go. People will go to churches. But if the event is taking place like around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, people might have already come from churches. Okay? So it's going to be packed. So then the question is, who's pulling the most crowd? So we're going to wait. The problem will be the judge. And I think Mulbah did present the case. He explained why Mr. Cummings should be elected, because he talked about the past, present, and future. The past is the Unity Party, even though it's any government Unity Party we're talking about, and the GMB Unity Party now is a makeup of very new, strange set of people who some of them were rejects of the Ellen Party, Unity Party. They are the one pushing out, pushing an autogenarian on the younger generation. So, yeah, it's a lot of things at stake. And then the present is where every one of us can clearly see that he has failed, and some of the failures, the mark of the failures is exactly what we're talking about here. And we can't squarely blame him on this. It's been like that for years. But the question is, if he came as, like he said, you're going to improve the Liberian people's life, you're going to build a coastal highway, this is the road leading to the southeast, to his own county, why he didn't even start something on it? So this is a clear failure for which the Liberian people shouldn't waste our next 6 years to sit there and wait for promises that he will do it. And then the future, Mr. Cummings. Now, nobody can determine the future. All of us there, we two sitting here, we're hoping for the future, which is tomorrow, or even the next 1 second ahead of us. We don't know what can happen in the next 1 second. That's the secret of God. So all human beings, we always hope for the future, that there will be something done, and then we plan towards that. So I think Mr. Cummings had not been, there is nothing to judge Mr. Cummings by failure or achievement. So, I mean, in Liberian politics, so I think the Liberian people should give him a chance. Put your bet on him, okay? Because you cannot judge him. There's nothing you can judge him by. You can't say, oh, the man failed here, the man failed there, or the man did this. No. So, and he said, I can do this. So give him your trust. Life is all about trust. Nobody knows the future, like I said. But we can hope that we'll live to see tomorrow. And then we'll do everything. We save our money, we build houses. Because if you know you'll die tomorrow, you'll not do all those things. But because we got hope that we'll live tomorrow in the future with that promise. So that's why we do all of what we do. Chiba?
Listen, you said it all, my brother. With this election, we've said it over all the time we've been on this space link for. We've been saying it for the past almost 3 years since we started the show. We'll be telling the people, the other people got a scorecard. Mr. Joy has a scorecard for 6 years. So what he's done he failed. The woman was there for 12 years. You can't even give it to him because he said he sat there, he didn't do anything because he was a race car sitting in a garage or in the garage. So we don't have anything to tell him because he failed to even deliver. Then he put in the casting the blame or shifting the blame on somebody else. So the person who has a record and proven record that he can deliver, I can give it to him. But the funny thing here, like all the crowd politics, like pulling crowd in Liberia, is something you can't hold on to. I always say that the defining moment will be in the ballot box. You will know who wins it. And Mr. Cummings is doing the Juba witness approach. And he's been going very well. And I think he's going to pull a massive surprise on October 10th. People will be surprised at what he has made. And because we've been doing that, we believe in him. He has not given anything. We believe in that he can deliver us from what we're going through right now in Liberia. And this is a very good thing about ANC and also Liberty Party. They work together to believe that somebody can deliver this country. Because so what happened? Someone was telling me today, they are going around to various ministries telling people to vote for them. And people are asking you did harmonization, you cut aside, you don't even have. COVID money came, you're compromising. Other funds are coming in, you didn't give it to us. So what do you want us to do? To go through the team hardship for normal 6 years? No. Probably in your face, they'll tell you we'll vote for you, but they got something else to do. So we know what joy we had 6 years ago, and today is not the same. So the case is, if you have the right to vote, you got a voting card, you know what we got. Mr. Cummings is the right person. He will deliver out is what we're going through right now after 6 years. And we know what the old man is. And then that's what Mulbah just said. It will be Mr. Johnson, Mr. Barker and Johnson as vice president. And this is what we look. You want to get a Liberia want to have tomorrow? No. So you got to make a decision that this country will be able to live on and our generation to come will benefit from.
You said something that Liberian people, or most Liberian people, are not thinking about the generation to come.
Yeah.
You see, because I've always said it, I think on the show, and I listened to a music one time, and part of that music talks about every generation will blame the past generation for what happened or for what they're experiencing. And it starts like this. Here are a group of people who have been suffering government from government to government, from government to government. They got nothing to show in their lives for voting for the people they vote for. And this same group of people will fail to learn lesson. And you have one generation to another generation doing the same thing over and over. And you try to explain to them, if you are seeing the better side, you try to explain to them, say, look, this is wrong. You got to do it this way. And they will tell you, no, this is what we are used to.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurts that somebody will tell you, I mean, you are the doctor, right? Put yourself, I mean, hypothetically speaking, that you are a doctor. And you see the guy, he got some illness, and you know you can treat it. You tell him, so look, listen, this is what you need to do to get well from this sickness. Then he say, no, I'm used to my sickness. Let me be there. And you know, you see the guy die slowly. He said, no. Another one is, you know, this man is sick. He's in the town. All the doctors in the town have tried to save him. They can't make it. In fact, they take money from him and they don't even treat him.
No.
Then another strange doctor from somewhere, because they refer to Mr. Comey as stranger, that he was not in Liberia during the war time. And I don't know whether Joe Walker that was there, what he did for them. But they say because Comey was not in Liberia, so Comey is a stranger. But Comey, the doctor now comes and says, "Look, I can heal you." He said, "No. You're not touching my signal." That old doctor then went in the time, I know, they didn't want to treat me. And the doctor in the time, he's not doing anything. But he said that he didn't want. So Liberian people are like this. So sometimes I sit down to think, what should we do to explain to these people that the suffering you are in, you are not supposed to be there. You can actually get out of this suffering. You can actually get, all you have to do is vote the right people in. It's simple. No, it doesn't take you anything. You already got a voter's card. That card is what will determine how you will live for the next 6, 12 years. If you want to live bad life, go and vote for the same people who've been treating you bad. It's simple. You know, I don't know how we're supposed to explain this thing to the people, Jima.
Yeah, Linford, you know, I agree with you. They were, for the past years, we've been sitting here. I think we've done what we could do as Liberians, because it's our right ourselves to tell our compatriots, our Britons, that compatriots, that this is the right thing. You know, like, people think like Mr. Comey, we even when talk about party or CPP, we raise funds. It doesn't give a damn. People say, oh, these guys are agency or CPP people, they give raising money. We raise money to support because we want Liberia to get better. We've done what we could do. And then tomorrow we can go back and repeat these videos or replay those videos that we'll be talking for years. For the past 3 years, we'll be sitting here and telling that this is the right path. And I hope they will listen to us. And I know people are listening. For Mulbah just said something also. Now, most people that don't go on the, not on the internet, they are the people that decide. And they know they are feeling the pain. They wear the shoes, they're feeling the pain. They're feeling the pain, they're wearing the shoes. They know where it hurts. They know where the pain is. So while we're talking, they can feel. No, those guys are striking a point. I know they will listen and they'll make the right decision. And we've got a couple of less than 20 days in this country. I mean, for election. And I think, I'm even sure that the result will be very surprising to many people who thought Mr. Comey was a new guy on the block. And they listen, they will listen.
And Mulbah said something that I've also observed. In 2017, people would say, oh, no Comey, nobody no Comey, man. But I start hearing that.
Of course.
Yeah, I start hearing that. The narrative now is they made at 7%. Right? Yeah. Nobody knew him way back. Now they say that 7%. And the question is, this 7%, is it glue on Mr. Comey? It can't even go to 0%. Why always 7%? Why it can't go down to 0%?
No, it will go.
Again, like I was on another show the other day and I gave the example. Like if Liberia or LFC, Liberia not going football, then Liberia going to play Brazil in the game. Then people say, well, who knows that country called Liberia? So they grab all the Liberian players, then they cut their feet. They cut all their feet way to their knee. The 11 players, then they put Brazil player, then in good jersey, they put on the field, they cut their Liberian player. Then you think Brazil will worry? No. Brazil will just sit there and say, in fact, they even kick a ball, so they know they're winning. So they're coming here at 7%. He ain't get no more, he ain't get nothing. Nobody knows him. So why I'm talking to the United Party people, why don't all over the place? Yeah? Every day they're attacking CPP. They're attacking when They get ready. Oh, 7%. Okay, the men that go in anyway. Sit down, you're going to the men going somewhere. And again, CPP, I said this thing. I was doing my personal podcast yesterday, and I said it, Jima. I want you to listen to me very keenly.
Okay.
I have observed and I have analyzed what's happening in the entire election. The three runners up: Georgia, Mr. Cummings, and Pastor Waka. The three people, or the United. Let me make it on the party level. The United Party, the CPP, and the CDC. You know, the most hated party is the Unity Party.
Really?
If you ask me why, I will explain. Number one.
Go on, I'm listening. I love to hear.
Yeah, the Unity Party was there for 12 years. They failed this morning. They did some things. We can say they failed to try. They did some things. Then the CDC came, and the CDC followed their footsteps in corruption.
So many things.
Yeah, they did even worse. So when push come to a shove, if people so just bring two one United Party man and one CDC man and tell them to argue, and hear what they'll say. You're corrupt. No, that you're more corrupt. That one will be counter accusing. Eh? You're building a few kilometers of road. No, that you're not building. No, that all they can say. So the United Party, take it this way, that the United Party and the CPP go for second round. Who do you think most likely the CDC will go for?
Of course, CPP.
Then take it this way.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Take it this way, that the CPP and the United Party, I mean the CPP and the CDC go for a second round. Who do you think the United Party will vote for?
The United Party would prefer to go for CDC.
To go to CDC?
I think so.
Okay.
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why I'm saying? I'll tell you my reason. Go on. Yeah, go on.
Okay. Then take it the third angle that the CPP, the CDC and the United Party go. Who the CDC will go? Who the CPP will go for?
They will go for CDC.
You see it? So
if you ask me the question, I'll give you why I'm saying these things.
Anyway. I agree with you. Give me a reason. But I just want you to see. And you see the triangle drew. The two ends of the triangle are meeting, are perpendicular, but the other end is parallel. It's not meeting. So you see, CDC will stand. CPP will stand alone. Not CPP. UP will stand alone at one point. Okay.
Yeah.
If they go with CPP, in front of CDC, might most likely support CPP. Then if CPP and CDC go, the United Party might most likely support CDC, but CDC will not support them if they go. You see it? So because they are the most hated.
You know what happened here is, but just to support your point, why I'm giving this these are all just for you guys who listen and follow us. It's a personal perspective we're giving with regard to the outcome in case you go all the way around, and it has to do with the Unity Party is vengeful, man. They're coming to revenge, and they're not giving anything. And look what happened. Let's look at what happened with Unity Party with Mr. Barker ahead. All those you worked with, you've already threw most of them under the bus. That's one. Second to that, he's not willing to compromise. When even people like Bernard, you were telling that this is not right, where you're going to be dancing with the devil. He doesn't care. He's about winning. So when you go against him, look at the statement he made recently about this Liberia is that will be the end of Liberia. He's trying to retract it in a way that it didn't mean harm. So they have something in their mind together with Johnson. When Prince Johnson came with the same statement that they'll go to arm, he came out with a recent statement in Mulbah County. He was in Mulbah County when he said that there's a statement he made. I think we had a video, but because we don't have that much of time now. But there's a time he talked about if the government tried to steal this election, that would be the end of Liberia. And when you asked him, they came up with another retraction, but saying that no, this is not what we meant. It meant this way. But then you know that what is in the heart. You not heard something like that from Mr. Cummings, neither from the CDC. So George Weah, with all his attitudes, He's a guy who can listen. He will listen and compromise, just like he got bad people around him. But now with Mulbah K, will decide what he want to do. Nobody question him. Look what happened to the people that he's been working with over the years. What he did to them. What he did to them. He threw them all on the bus. He's not willing to compromise anything at all. Look at what he did to Mr. Cummings. He started with his Cummings, and he supported. He pushed people like Bernard Uri to come over these fingering of documents. And at the end of the day, he said, and then he threw them away. They got really very, very disappointed at the moment. So this is the point I'm saying that CPP would not, in fact, if you ask me, my personal opinion, CPP would not support Unity Party at all, at no cost for what we've seen, because Mr. Cummings was beaten once. I don't think he want to be beaten twice. And with the CDC prefer, I think one of the statements, Linford, if you follow, Jefferson Koji said one of his statements that they would prefer to work with CPP, CPP at the time Mr. Cummings was with ANC. At the time it was ANC, to work with ANC to help to make the country look better. Now it was something that from the heart. He said in one of the comments. I mean, you were calling a video. I don't know whether it was a sound bite was caught somewhere off, but he said if they would prefer to, if any like help and stuff, he'd be willing to talk to ANC to see how they can help this country grow. But this is not what Mr. Walker is saying. He's saying, I prefer to work with the devil or dance with the devil to get the votes. I don't care what happened, but I want the votes. So you see the issue there. The issue is
you can clearly see that Mulbah K is not thinking about the country.
No,
he's thinking about the need something.
He don't want to accomplish that job that he was a country president because he's in a late age. Yeah. I'm not wishing him, but he's not going to be physically fit another 10 years anymore.
Something about the woman and the presidency.
That's it. You don't want to have that record.
Few things I'm suspecting. One, the woman want to die and get state burial, that kind of presidential burial. One.
No, you can carry to Wasonga. You don't have to do state burial. Carrying and burying easy. And do a nice traditional burial for a drink.
Two, the second reason could be that he wants to settle school because there is this rumor that he and Ellen promising that he will not become president or her dead body.
You want to challenge Ellen? You see, you want to challenge Ellen?
Yeah, so he wants to prove a point that I could become president too. Even try to prosecute Ellen. Okay, then the third reason could be that he just loved this new President Yorgbor. So he wants to set that record, and he wants more money because the presidency goes for money as well, the glamour. So that these are a few reasons because and the Omega tell me he no other job, and even at his age, who will give him job. So
one thing Mulbah just said, I just came to it. He said all the time after 12 years, when he came back 6 years, that he has not been given any diplomatic mission.
Yes.
I didn't pick that up. I just picked that up right now. He has not been given any diplomatic mission in West Africa. At least it could be in the low key, but at a higher level to lead like delegations, like conflicts going around Africa or whatever the case may be. Ellen, late age has been given those preference, but he could be, if he was serving our best, uncorrupt, well qualified, intelligent, educated, best vice president. Well, what happened? He's been going to America for medical attention and going for America fundraising. He's been going here and there. Probably he has done it. Probably maybe wrong.
He goes to America where at least we got all Liberians got more connection. He goes there, he doesn't meet, and all the people that send for him. When they carry him, they place the carrying that they do not shop or he live in somebody's basement. He had not met any kind of opinion leader in America, even a community leader, let alone talk about some of the lawmakers or whatever. He doesn't do that. So who contact? Which contact does he have? And this is all about contact.
I think what happened is because he challenged Ellen. Ellen has very influential in the West Africa region and around the world. They will ask Ellen, we want to take the old man to run to serve this position. Well, you can do it as you want. I'm just saying something. Well, you can do as you wish, but you can do as you wish, but I don't trust him because he will not deliver. He's an old man. He's very, very vengeful. And with this kind of recommendation, because you have to have a reference in life.
Yes.
And you work with him, you worked with him for 12 years. What do you think about him before we gave you this job? Because it's a top job. Yeah, you can try him, but I don't think you were going to go where you want him to do. So at the end of the day, he would turn it against you. So that's why you playing with Ellen is very powerful. I'm just with all these prediction, or thinking like this might be the reasons why the Oma has been stuck into the corner in Liberia after 6 years. He's not going anywhere, and he still want to make this name. You want to tell Ellen that, well, Ellen, challenge me, I can't be president. I become president, and I want to be president on my record before I die. I want to go to Wasonga to be buried as a president, still buried in Wasonga. Probably if they carry to Wasonga anyway. No, I'm not wishing it's there, but the next 6 years, Oma is not going to be active anymore. He's going to be really incapacitated. I think he's not going to be that strong.
Yeah, but I think this concern is not only from few Liberians, it's also in the international community. And I can tell you for fact that I mean, not a fact, but from all indications that the international community will be very, very reserved when it comes to even giving a Bwaka president or Bwaka government any support. Few reasons. One, the woman is not clear when it comes to corruption. He has some things. The PL 480 rights, that was directly from the US government.
On his watch. It was on his watch.
There are some allegations about mismanagement there. One. Two, the woman is ailing.
Rapidly.
Three, his vice presidential choice that was made, not by him, but tailored and selected by somebody who the American government has already indicted for corruption and sanctioned. So you can't be wanting to be president of a country that has direct ties with the United States of America. And I will tell you, my experience with the US, I know the US influences everything, most things politically that happen in Liberia. And no doubt about it. No doubt. No, I can tell you something from my experience, like I said. The US, there was a key guy from the US embassy during the interim administration, when Taylor was head of the interim government.
Right.
And the guy knew that Washington knew that Taylor would win elections. And the guy had a conversation with my boss man at the radio station. Short conversation, but the guy said something. I still know the guy's name. I don't want to call his name. The guy said, my boss man, yeah, asked him, why is Uncle Sam so interested in Taylor, who is a rebel leader and he's just running to be president? He said, Taylor's going to win. Nobody can challenge him. He will win. The whole country knows that he will win. But he will not live like a president if he doesn't do what Uncle Sam wants, what Washington wants that he wants. He will not live like a president if he doesn't comply with Washington.
You don't play ball.
You don't play with the boss.
I mean, you gotta play ball with America or you dead.
Play ball with them. And not only that, in line with that particular statement I got made, Taylor had some press conference a long time ago. There was this French journalist who came and asked him, Mr. Taylor, it is alleged that you broke here in America and you ran away and you came. And the guy Taylor told him, I'll answer your question, but let me ask you first. Then you in Liberia? He said, yes. Okay. Go and commit crime and then go to RIA and take flight and go back to France and see whether would that catch you to the airport. He said, is that possible that I will break here in America and then I run away? There were some people that brought you and the rest of the people were Americans. I'm the only African and I will break you in that country where the Americans could not run away and I run away successfully. Okay? So he made a statement I lie. He said that story about me breaking jail and running away is a super cap story. That's what he said. It's a super cap story. So we gave him that nickname. We used to call it super cap all the time. So that was he say the super cap. He said, yeah, it's a super cap story. Nobody will know. Only me and America know how he left. That the answer to that question. So when Taylor became president, the first country he visited was where France. Who was president? Jacques Chirac. Jacques Chirac promised the government, a new government, $50 million. When Taylor left, he took me one telephone call to say, don't get a cent. That government, Taylor government, all received 1 cent from France. And that's how they strangled our government. They strangled our government, strangled it until things became worse. So America plays a major role. Then I start to relate to what that guy said, that if Taylor doesn't do what Washington wants, he will not live like a president. And Taylor didn't live like a president. His presidency was marred by war and hardship and everything. So you see, so for a Prince Johnson to select your vice president under sanction, and then you come as presidential candidate and make the statement that even if you dance with the devil just to win election, so the international community will look at it that way, that this man is only into it for himself. He's not. He doesn't care for the country, the well-being of the country.
No, that's it. That's it.
I think our time is fast spent, so just close up and we can get out of here, because no matter how we talk to these people, some of them say their minds are made up.
Linford, that's true. Thank you very much. It was a nice time being here. We just joined you. We say those who've been following us, we'll be trying to increase our frequency. Election is on the 10th, and we may be here sometime before next. We might increase it 3 times.
We have 14 days to go.
We'll let you know. But however, we'll try to give you the every minute descriptions of what is happening in Liberia with regards to elections. We're trying to get our stuff together. Our engineers on the ground, our reporters are on the ground. We stay working with the right people to give you the right information. I mean, the correct information, but we'll get you informed. And we also to let you know, you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, as well as our online radio. Every time we come here, for now, just a reminder by way of information, we are on Friday and Tuesday, 8 o'clock Central European time, 9 o'clock Central European time, 8 o'clock UK time, and 7 o'clock Liberian time. Linford, probably for my end, that's the information I have. I think we'll be again at the same time on Friday.
Yeah. Like Jima said, the elections we're just 2 weeks away, 14 days to be exact. Today is the 26th. So 4 days 4 days left. Let me make sure my calendar is right. I hope it's right. 4 days left, and then so plus 10 days, that's 14 days. And so we'll be knowing who the next president will be. Just
but it can't be, Liberia will not be decided on the same day, so we'll go to runoff.
No. It depends. It depends, because it could be let me tell you, the election is a surprise. It's a shocking election. No, we could come up with 50 plus 1. Somebody back up, or 50 plus 1, surprisingly, or we'll go the usual, the normal thing, which is the second round. So everybody's looking at that. But somebody just come up with 50 plus 1. But then
it's not happening in Liberia, so that would be a big surprise. Let's see what happens. You don't say never. It can happen anyway. So
it's a happy tomato, though. Tomatoes will win. 27 years, no, we but Taylor won 50. Taylor won 65% of the vote. So, but let's go out on Sunday. CPP people go out on Sunday and show your strength too. Show the people that you get a power, you get a man, you get a group. You are not from Mars. The party people always say the Liberians are supporting GMD. So the other people who supporting the other party, maybe they're from some different planet or some different country. So you go and show that you get people to support. And like Jima said, we will be bringing you what in sports we normally call play-by-play description.
Exactly.
Especially during the elections time, we'll have our guys on the ground. They'll be giving us total description of what they see from where they are. We can call everywhere though. Basically, I'm sure we'll be in the southeast. Grand Gila to be specific, because one of our reporters is staged there, is placed there, and of course Monrovia. So we'll try our best to bring you some information during the election day. And prior to that, before the election, we got 2 weeks, like we said, 14 days to go to election. We'll also be we'll be following closely political activities. Wherever we see interesting things happening, we'll come on. Surprise broadcast. We just come on when we see that the event is interesting. Like for instance, if the NEC is reading the voters roll or put it on the voters roll thing, because that's one of the sticky points right now. So when NEC is doing that, we can come on. It can be in a day, it can be in the evening. We'll come on. We always set to bring you events that are very important and crucial to these elections.
But Linford, before you go, you got something, because people want to hear from and people. While in the meantime, we'll be bringing some guests. We tried to get the VSB. We didn't get her. But another thing that that we may be bringing on soon before the 10th of October in terms of our guests.
Oh well, we say we have Mulbah here today, Mulbah Yorgbor, and he's on the ground. We'll also try to see if he can get to some of the hierarchy of the CPP. But the problem here is that somebody will ask why the CPP people do not let to come out on these platforms and things. The problem is they are in campaign time and everybody's doing something. It's like every morning, if they report to the party headquarters, everybody got some kind of assignment to go to. You got to go there, you got to go there, you got to go there. And some people are out already. They've been out on a tour, on a campaign tour. So it's just difficult to catch people. A week ago, Louis Brown promised that you're going to be here. Okay? We had a date. And then all of a sudden, he called me and said, "My man, I can't make it. I'm caught up somewhere that I can't come to Monrovia now." So you see, the people people always say they are crisscrossing. People going there, here, So I mean, the most important thing is to run a campaign and make sure that they can do their groundwork. But we're here, like I said, and when anything important pops up, we'll be able to bring it to you. And that's what I think the information should be about, to give it to the people at the right time and by the right people. So we want to say thank you for joining us. If you just joining us, this is the Bottom Line. Tonight we had Mr. Mulbah K. Yorgbor Jr., the Deputy Campaign Spokesman for the CPP, was here to lay out some of what will be happening on Sunday, where the CPP is coming out, and they have vowed that they're going to bring out the largest crowd. Since this is all about crowd pooling, they have vowed that they're going to bring out the largest crowd. And not only in Monrovia, they're going to have simultaneous events everywhere around the country. So we hope that it's going to be a big one, and we wish them well. So,
I'm going to leave you with the who do we want by cell phone, man? We don't have the video, but we have the music. Can we?
Yeah. You have it?
Bati, glow, you are Bati.
There you go, brother.
Bati. Bati, Elizana coming, Bati. Zekwe, CPP, Zekwe, Charlene Broski, Zekwe. I want, za. Bati house. Turn up barrels. Who you want? My Liberian people, who you want? Our market women crying, who you want? Our Yana boys are crying, who you want? Handkerchief. Take out your white handkerchief. Let's go. Everybody sing go far. Whoa. Look how can they say that coming where we want. But me can't they come in where we want. Berela can't they come in where we want. Nima can't they come in where we want. Basa can't they that come in where we want. Kema can't they that come in where we want. Papa, I said that coming when we want. Regular, I can't say that coming so we want. My Liberian people, who you want? Musa Belete, I say who you want. Mama Teresa, come is who you want. I am Lele Mona, who you want. CPP, oh yeah. want. Reboji kate na who you want. Ayalele yekula who you want. Ebata wele who you want. If I join your party that fall, that why you call us me. I think you call us me with everybody. My life be